स्टार्टअप इंडिया मिशन की शुरुआत की गई थी तो हमारे सामने भी कई चुनौतियां थी, लेकिन आज भारत दुनिया के सबसे बड़े स्टार्टअप इकोसिस्टम में से एक है।
Very, very good morning to all my young friends at this very important TechSparks 2021 inaugural. Delighted to be amongst so many young minds and address this 13th edition of TechSparks. TechSparks has always initiated conversations around the big question: what's next? How do we impact 1.3 billion Indians? Your work at TechSparks has inspired and empowered the next generation of entrepreneurs and change makers for over a decade now. I'd like to compliment the organizers and all of you who are participating in this very, very important event. This year, you have particularly focused your discussions around a very highly relevant issue: how technology can and will shape our lives in the post-pandemic world. Today, under Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi, India is committed to provide a conducive ecosystem for our startups, nurturing them and enabling them to aspire for exponential growth and a bright future. India has the third largest startup ecosystem in the world today. The DPIIT itself has recognized over 57,000 startups and so many more over the length and breadth of the country who are still in their initial phases. With nearly 70 unicorns today in India, of which almost 90% have become unicorns after 2015. We really believe the startup story is still at its infancy, has huge potential to grow, but makes us proud today. And over the last 6 months itself, we have seen over 22 unicorns. And an average of 3 unicorns a month is something nobody in the world could have imagined. This trend indicates the maturing of our startup ecosystem and the growing appetite of investors both in India and across the world. I'm sure you will all agree with me that this is the result of a transformation in the mindset of our youth, who are no longer satisfied with seeking jobs, but want to create their own success stories. They want to be the architect of their destiny. All of these startup entrepreneurs dream. They dream big. But the good part is they mostly dream pragmatic. They want to innovate. They want to invent. They want to disrupt the existing systems. Starting from the local society where we live, right up to space, I think these startups are making an impact with their ideas, which is truly inspiring. The COVID-19 pandemic has taught all of us vital lessons, which I'm sure will impact our future decisions and the direction of growth of India and the Indian economy. We need to rebalance our economy and our ecology. We need to look at profit, but we also need to look at people. We want rapid growth, but that growth has to be resilient. And as we discuss and try to imagine what the future may look like, we must look at what is happening today. As they say, the best predictor of the future is the behavior in the past. And to my mind, we have a robust and solid foundation on which we can plan the future of our economy, particularly the startup and their ecosystem. The revolutionary breakthroughs that are happening in frontier research are more the product of the eureka moment. And if I may go further, the times when each one of you has said, this looks like an interesting idea, and were willing to delve deeper into these ideas. These ideas coming from diverse fields, fintech, edutech, agritech, ideas around sharing resources, whether it's the Ubers of the world or the homestays of the world. All of these are being combined to produce astonishing results that are pushing progress and prosperity for humanity. Biotech and the IT industry are combining to advance predictive and preventive healthcare. Geospatial technology and artificial intelligence are combining to advance automated driving. Communications, robotics, fuel tech are combining to advance space exploration. So many examples of innovation driving the future. Today, as we are changing for the better, changing at a fast pace, probably than ever before in history, I think these changes are reflected in the way we are doing business. For example, all through the pandemic, it's the video conferencing and digital workspaces that kept us going. It was entertainment at home through OTT platforms and television that kept everybody going. We must be mindful that the impact these innovations have on people and the planet in the long term will be truly something that will change the way we all work, our lives as well as our livelihoods. I must share with you that I do believe that innovation is great for humanity, but it must have a human side too. It must be sensitive. It must reflect the people's aspirations. It must take into consideration different levels of prosperity, the needs of society, the needs of the common man, the needs of the man at the bottom of the pyramid too. Currently, the nation is going through a major transition period. And I think we all need to work together to assess the impact of all the work that we are doing, both in the short term and in the long term. Friends, I would like to congratulate Ms. Shraddha Sharma and the team of Your Story for another successful edition of Tech Sparks, for the wonderful work this young team is doing. By sharing collective stories, Your Story has been truly making a big impact on the startup ecosystem, on the growth story of India, and in the lives of our young entrepreneurs. As they say, storytelling is the most powerful way to put ideas into the world, to connect with people. Today, we are celebrating Karwa Chauth. It's a festival where married girls and women fast through the day for the well-being and the future, a better future for their husbands. In the evening, there's a storytelling session. Karwa Chauth ki kahani hoti. I have in fact just completed that. For the first time in my life, I actually sat with my wife and heard the Karwa Chauth ki kahani. And right from there, I've come in to participate in the Your Story program, Tech Spark. So truly, I feel that there's some connect that मैं करवा चौथ की कहानी सुन के आज आपकी कहानी के कार्यक्रम में जुड़ा हूं आप सबके साथ। मेरा सौभाग्य है और मेरी तरफ से आप सबको और योर स्टोरी को, टेक स्पार्क्स 2021 को ढेर सारी शुभकामनाएं। I hope you will continue doing the excellent work you're doing. Keep inspiring India's next generation of entrepreneurs and innovators. My best wishes to all of you. God bless you.
It's 13 lucky years now for us at Your Story. You know, we can go about how we started and then reached here, and that you are watching the 12th edition of Tech Sparks. But what we want to tell you is where we want to go. What's next? You know, when history reaches a turning point, there are those who watch and those who act. We at Your Story are both observers and participants in the making of this new economic history. The purpose of our existence is to evaluate, expound, and showcase the awesome spark of creation in every entrepreneur and change maker. We work from all over India to bring the best and the brightest entrepreneurs into the limelight they deserve. While you listen to these amazing speakers, talk to your peers and network with fellow outliers from the industry. We hope to be a supporter, lover, and cheerleader in this journey of ours.